So early 90s, give me example what you did, like okay, let's say 12 weeks out, 6 weeks out, and then a few weeks out. What kind of training you did?
Yeah, I always practice, okay, 2 exercises would be heavy duty. I would do for each body part first to do progressive overload, so first set, a little bit light. I would do a slow eccentric, slow concentric, right? Then I would add the weight, slow eccentric, again, slow concentric, to warm up properly. And then I would go slow, explosive, and I would go heavier, heavier, heavier until the failure in one exercise. And then I would do the second exercise for the same body part in that manner, but only 2 sets because you already warm up. After that, initially I started with a superset or a drop set. But then my theory at the time was each time you train, you have to do better than previous. So if I did a superset, okay, what can I do? Maybe with more weight or more reps, or I can actually add a third exercise, 3 sets, and then 4 exercises, giant set. And really for a long time at the 90s, it would usually be like only 4 exercises until you. Right. So when you come, then I started doing more, the 5 and 6 and 10 and everything. This metabolic stress type of training, pump, 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 and muscle fatigue is accepted to be a great hypertrophy stimulant. Right. People always think either go heavy or go home. If you don't go heavy weight, you can't build. It's completely not true. And I've witnessed this back in the 90s with Mohammed Ben Aziza, John Brown, Thierry Pastel at the time. They were not necessarily going heavy, and they have an unbelievable physiques. So when I started doing this, I could see my body getting bigger. And then I realized, okay, it's not really just lifting, because let's face it, maybe people from the audience, they just think new training, I have to go to the gym, and I have to do the heavy bench and heavy squat and heavy. No. So I realized it's mind muscle connection and going for that crazy pump and muscle fatigue.
Let me ask you, okay, let's say like without chest. How did you train?
I would do, I always loved benches. Now I move, but always a very heavy bench, and then heavy, either the second exercise flies or inclines. This is heavy. But then I would add cable cross, Smith machine, dips, so I would do like 4 different exercises. When we did the first chest workout, I can tell you exactly what we did. We did cable crosses, and you go to the dips. After that, there would be incline flies. Then there would be a flat bench, and then we do the incline and decline. That was all in the Colosseum gym. So this was already like 6 different exercises. But back when I was doing, 4 exercises would be maximum. Yeah.
So you did bench press heavy. You did an incline or
double
fly.
Or double fly. One workout I would do inclines, and one I would do the dumbbell fly.
Yeah. That was a 2 exercises.
2 exercises, heavy duty.
Basic. Mm-hmm. Then a third exercise, you moved to a superset or giant set.
Initially, like in 92, what would I do? I would do usually, flying and pressing movement as a superset, pre-exhaust. So if I would do, let's say cable incline flies, drop it, take a dumbbells and do the presses. But then after a while, like I said, I have to improve. So okay, I add the third exercise and fourth. And for me, it was always variety. I wouldn't repeat the same thing always. It had to be a little change. Maybe order, same thing that we did. Just change a little bit order. And sometimes I would want to go heavy, and sometimes I would just want to go crazy, squeeze, or super slow. Different variety, different angle, different grip, different width, stance. So just change it. I never believe in doing the same thing, because for me that's the same stimulation of the same fibers. I think it's more challenging if you make a different grip, different angle, different tempo. Maybe go 10 seconds down and then 9 seconds down. It's not just to be different because I want to be different than anybody else, but it's like, okay, is this a new stimulation for my muscle fiber or no? So it's new. If I normally go just 4 seconds down, right? But now I do 10 seconds down, so I have to control eccentrically with the maximum muscle contraction. So this is why I start experimenting and adding, even to this day, I like to add something new.